Hi, welcome back to Core Shop. My name is Jason, and this one I need a top for my drink to sit there on top of here. I have placed a drink of some sort, tea, whatever the hell it is I'm drinking, on that little warning label as my table. And I have sat stuff down over here and knocked this over many, many, many times. So I'm going to cover the top of this to make this work better. Let's go shop and get building. Alright, so here's my idea. I've got some 1/4 inch plywood that I'm going to use to be the top, the main part here. And then I'm just going to take some, I think I got some leftover hard maple from my daughter's, for making the Wood Whisperers step stool, kids step stool, kitchen stool thing. So I'm going to use the leftover maple from that to do like essentially a picture frame. And the picture will be the piece of 1/4 inch plywood, or essentially making a drawer. Just a thin layer, and then cut a dado inside there and add the 2x4. Now, I need this width, which is 17 1/4. 17 1/4 inch. And the depth is the Utes tablet is 23 3/4. And then the other problem I got is I can come down as far as I want on the side and the back, but not on the front because of the door. So with this I can, and then I got this little nip there, is right at an inch, so I'll make it 3/4 of an inch up to dado. So there we go, and I'm going to add 17 1/4. I'll probably make it 17 3/4, just so I have a little bit of a lip. But we'll deal with that when I get to it. So it fits down and sits under. It might have a little shifting action. And then I'm thinking I'm going to add some little decoration to the inside of this. Put his name, like Carnage box. Put something on there. But let's take this outside and get to work. Alright, so I happen to have 4 pieces of this old maple from the build I mentioned earlier, my kitchen stand step stool thing. These all are 1 1/4 inch wide, and I think a 3/4 inch thick. Yeah, basically 3/4 inch thick. So I'm going to take these, and I have to sit here and think about it on how to use the table saw, which you're standing on right now, and my miter gauge, which is right underneath. It's right there, but it looks like it's over here. Here, to cut 45, because I actually want to try to do miters in this. Never tried really doing miters before, so it's the first time trying that. I got a couple of bad ugly ends down here. Missing a little chip out of it. Maybe you'll see that. So that's getting cut out. So I'm just going to set up the table saw, cut 145 first on one end, and then try to think how to place these on the miter gauge to cut it correctly, because I don't have it to where I can cut going this way and then cut in this direction and then sliding on opposite sides there. So I don't have a good jig for that, just one miter gauge. So let's get it set up. So I've got one off there. I think it went this way. Yeah, I went that way. So I've taken that, just that one edge, It's not cut the length yet on the side, so I'm just going to set one over here, move on to the next one. Because on this cut, technically it doesn't matter if I put it on this way or this way to get the angle for 45 because it's only one. So it doesn't matter until I get to the next side. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these three, get the first cut, and then I'll have part of the corners on. I just got to figure out how to do the other sides. Brother plate safe, did not try to knock that out of there. Okay, so now that I've got, let me move you over to the table over here. I'll slide you around. So I got this side done, and then I got to cut. I got to move over here to the side. So okay, we got this one, which means I need to cut this one this way. And I need it to be, the cage itself is 17 and a quarter wide. So I need the inside here to the inside where these two pieces are going to meet to be 17 and a quarter, so it fits down over top of it. So it's going to be from this point to the inside of the next point needs to be 17 and a quarter. Right now, build you one of those jigs like Steve Ramsey's got on Woodworks from Your Mortals. You've got the basically cross-cut sled with the 45 triangle in the middle there to where you can cut up one side, flip it over, cut the other side. It'd be a hell of a lot easier because this was a pain in the ass. I cut this piece 45 this way and 45 the same way, so it wouldn't, it didn't work. Then alright, so I tried to do this one, and I did it 17 and a quarter, and it was 17 and a quarter basically from the inside to the outside. So that shot the inside in an inch basically too small. I finally got it correct on this one, so I knew how to do it on that one. Had to rip another piece to an inch and a quarter to get this piece and this piece now correct. Make a better jig. Don't try it with just that, or if you do, just try with that. This is first time ever. So I'm glad I did it on here and not on my bed stuff down here, which I'm just going to do butt joints. But this is the first time doing this. It's basically a picture frame right now. So now I'm going to set up my table saw to cut a dado in the edge there for the panel, which will be this. So let's get the dado cut first, and all I'm going to do is set the table saw to go about a 1/4 inch deep, and I'll just do one pass, and then we'll just get the table saw set up. We'll get to that when we get it. So I took my little 1/4 inch gauge there, laid it against the blade, felt the tip of the blade with the top of that, so it's 1/4 inch high, and then just set the fence to a 1/4 inch. So now I'm going to run all of those boards through, God, I hope the right direction. So I need them to go this side, so I get the 1/4 inch groove, cutting all those. So it's only 1/8 inch blade, so I'm going to do a 1/4 inch and then slide the blade that way, or slide the fence that way, 1/8 of an inch to get a second pass, and that should hopefully accept the panel to go inside there. So, okay, so against the fence, hold it down, push it through. I'm going to get my push stick here. Help me get that last little bit there for the rough feel. Man, that's quite long. Alright, slide the blade this way about 1/8 of an inch. And about there. And then we'll send one through, which will just happen to be this one here, because I already got it sitting here with me. Send this through. Good piece of that panel fits down in there. I can finish cutting those 3 now. Okay. Cleaned up some of this mess up and we'll be back with measurements for this panel. So I cut the panel. So the inside of from point to point is 23¼ inches. So then I added 1/2 inch because that's how deep the dados are on each side, and then I subtracted 1/8 inch. So I cut the length to 24 1/8 and the width to 17 5/8. And it's actually looking pretty decent. Quote unquote, it's upside down, so this one little nasty spot here is on the bottom, so you won't see it anyways. It's like I said, it's upside down. I'm just going to sand it. I'm not going to worry about sanding the panel, at least this side for sure. See what the other side looks like. But I'm going to sand it down real quick, get a couple little ugly spots out of it, and then figure out where my strap clamp is. I think I've got one. And clamp this bad boy together. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do any sort of dowel. I think I'm just going to glue it, maybe add a brad nail to it or something. Okay, assembly. I'm not going to hunt down my straps because I don't think they're big enough as far as these corners go. They're very thin. Not very. Yeah, I want to just kind of see if I can do this without it. So, here we go. Put the panel in. Oh, all I did was sanded them with some, I don't know, 120. And then broke the corners so it's not sharp. Wedge it down in there. I kind of want to leave it standing up on doing this. I'm going to slap some glue on this edge down here to start with. And then I'll put a brad in a little bit. Goes this way. A little bit of glue here. Oh man, this glue was outside when it got frozen last night. Son of a bitch, it doesn't want to come out. Okay, now that corner on there. So the corner is good. I'm going to attach this one now, just for the shits and giggle. I don't know what I'm doing here. This is all trial and error. And I'm about to put a brad in this one over here in just a second. So let's lay this down. I just wanted that to be flat. So now I got these two corners met up nice. And then I'm going to stab my finger at the brad. I know this. Crap, it slid just a little bit. So I'll just sand that corner down. I don't won't look as dumb here in a minute. So now let's slide this down. Add some glue to this corner. This around here. And I'm going to put the brad in this way, because this one shouldn't slide, so the back one I think should slide. And that worked good. It worked the first damn time. Oh, shits. Okay, now glue here, finger spreader, Put the extra on the table. Make sure it's going the right way. Now I'll set this side down. This piece shouldn't slide. It's this piece that I can't do nothing with. I'm holding still. So let's go. Nope, that didn't work. Right there. Gently push. Fire. Okay, now rotate. Bring this corner up. Okay, this corner later. Rotate it over. Look. Make sure there's nothing there. That looks good. A little bit of shit there. It's not a great joint. Actually, I could if I had a. Do I dare try this as a clamp action? Just get the glue out of the way. Nail gun out the way. Slide this. More. Ouch. More. A little more. Come on, slide out. And then no pressure at all. Just a little bit. Little. There we go. Alright, let that bad boy dry overnight. Alright, I'm just going to put one layer of this Halcyon clear on the bottom, and then do 2, 3 layers, whatever, on the top. So just do a little, do a little. There it is. Whoa, way too much. It's a little chilly out this morning. Bottom layer is not that important. I'm just need to get some on there, some sort of protection. I guess it wasn't way too much. That's not enough. Some on the edges here. That's good enough for that. Alright. Let that dry, a couple hours, and then I will flip it, put it on some stands, green stands, get them out, use those guys, prop underneath there so this doesn't touch the surface, and come back and do the other side. There it is after 2 coats on the top, 1 on the bottom. I mean, inside this has got 1 coat. This side's got 2. Same thing at the edges here. And just kind of looking at the right there. We'll go this way with it. So see how it fits. Oh, a little tight on the edge. And get over top of that. There we go. Door closes. Yes, door closes. Now I've got a spot to put my, I'm cooking dinner. So we'll just use this. I got a spot. Put my beverage. Put Maddie's tablet up here to charge. Do that in a minute. Make sure it gets just a little while, just make sure it dries a bit better. But now I won't fall over as easily and spill my drink. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Like, subscribe, all that.